pretty much in every episode, I feel like we've talked about how important it is to have positive forces in your life.
For sure.
And the previous episode, if you've watched it, we talked about the important aspects of friendships. But I feel like positivity is preached a lot today, but rarely practiced. Why is it so easy to be negative? And how can I actually be more positive?
That's a good question, man. Wait, hold on. We'll be right back.
Alright.
They let it talk down when I'm not around, yeah. It's only tied down when I'm out of town, no. I don't trust many when I'm in the city. I've never been a shooter, but I keep them with me. Watch them steal the style and say they inspire.
Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of
Talk Down.
Make sure you turn on post notifications because that helps us alert you guys when we drop a new video. There's a bell somewhere around the video. You can turn that on. Also, like, comment, and subscribe because that's what helps us grow this channel. If y'all enjoy this content that we're putting out, we want everybody else to enjoy it, man.
Yeah, don't just keep us to yourselves.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy. Where'd I put my... Oh, right here.
Right there.
Oh, there it is. It's your boy Ryan. What's good, guys?
Actually, could you get that for me?
Oh, there it is right there.
Alright, thank you, bro.
Wow, that's wonderful.
That's wonderful. It's Juan.
Get that out of here.
We wanted to talk about, people always hit us up and say, man, the show is great, but it's more so because you guys are so positive. How are you guys so positive? It's so genuine. And I think that's one of the hardest things to kind of like fake. You can't fake a positive mindset or a positive personality.
It's just who you are as a person. And it's funny, like, don't you find it hard to explain? Sometimes, like, even though we naturally just do it, just because it comes to us easy, and I'm not saying easy in a way where it's like easier than other shit, you know what I mean? But it's just a natural flowing thing, and generally we don't try to be positive. We just are positive people as a result of what we're going to share with you guys today.
Right. Rather than us plucking the most overused positive quotes or the overused positive annotations, we've actually compiled a little bit of a list with our own personal experiences that we're going to share with you. One thing, and Ryan and I, we were talking about it, and when we were thinking about this show, Ryan, he talked about news, for instance, and he says, I stay away from the news.
Yep.
You have to control the amount of negative information that is available to you.
Yep.
So whether it's the radio, news, TV, social media, you can expose yourself to it, but don't fully submerge yourself to it. So Ryan told me he stays away from the news.
Because I feel like whenever you watch the news, it's always negative.
If you were a doctor and we were the patient, what's your prognosis? 1,000 years, 2,000 years?
A person has already been born who will die due to catastrophic failure of the planet.
What did he just say?
Right.
Like, there's rare positive cases.
It's always like something.
There's rare. Yeah, but it's like, oh my God, this thing happened or this thing happened.
So what can we do to reverse this?
Well, there's a lot we could do. If it were 20 years ago or even 10 years ago, but now, no.
Like, I don't want to hear all that negative shit, man. That out of my face. So honestly, I don't even watch TV because of that. Like, I try to live in my own world and create it where it is positive. Like, that's how I really try to manage my positivity. It's like, I just don't dig it for negative shit. I don't look for negative shit, right? We talked about it as well.
Yeah.
If you look for bad and negative things, you will find those things.
Right.
They will be a part of your life. So,
and there's these things called the algorithms in social media. If you start looking for these negative outlets, if you start looking for the negative news, the algorithms will assume that that's what you want to see, and that's all that they'll make available for you.
Absolutely. They'll show you it constantly, all that drama, all that BS that you're caring about because you're in that mindset. It's hard to escape it, honestly, sometimes, because it's literally in front of you at all times.
And now you think you're attracting this negativity when in reality you're looking for it.
Yeah, you're legit looking for it. So isn't that where we have to find time to almost disconnect from it? That's like, for me, that's why I don't watch the news. Like, I'm on Instagram and I'm on these social media outlets, but at the same time, like, I'm trying to surround myself around things that make me happy, make me feel better, positivity, people who are positive.
Or promote growth for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And naturally, I start to feel that way. So I'm never looking for bad things. If there's things, people are talking about like negative stuff, I try not to follow it. I try to stay away from it because this is like, yo, why am I going to feed into that negativity?
Right. And I told him that what I do is because I like being up to date on certain world events and you know everything. I like the news, but in short spurts. So it's like I said, you have to be careful with what you submerge yourself with. Once you really get in there and let it affect your day, like, oh, I just saw this on the news, man, and you know that pretty much just shits on the rest of your day.
I laugh when people are like, yo, I watched this on the news and it ruined my day. I'm like, what? How did the news? Unless it's like something tragic
or catastrophic.
Yeah, like I understand. I have a heart. I'm not saying don't be a dickhead, but Kim Kardashian lost the whatever. Like, you're mad because of that? Like, who cares?
And you're arguing with people over something, defending someone you don't even know.
Bitch, I don't know your life.
Speaking of the people that you want to have in your life, because we always talk about that, you know, finding those people that know how to tackle bad situations or bad moments and have a positive approach to adversity, that helps you. Imagine one person that sees a wall as an obstacle and says, that's it, we're done. Or a person that can give you 10 different ways to get around the wall. Which person would you prefer to be around?
Facts. I was actually looking at something today and they're like, ways to like get over a wall. It was like a drawing and
you saw
it? It was a drawing and it was like, oh, most people or negative people would be like, oh, there's a wall, I can't do nothing to get across it. And positive people, oh, I'll just draw a door and walk through this thing. Like,
exactly.
That's like literally, you gotta have a good mindset.
Or keep walking. Maybe the perception down the way, the wall gets smaller. You don't know.
But being negative is only gonna hinder that thought process for you. If you think bad, constantly bad, it's only gonna be bad. If you think good, slowly over time, day by day, month by month, year by year, you're gonna be good. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna be positive.
And strengthen numbers. The amount of people that you put to give the pluses around you, that's better. It compounds. Another thing you could do is find escapes, find releases, whether it's music. Some people, you know, they fall back on music. Some people go to sports. Some people try new activities or hobbies. I know that you...
For me personally, with the gym, man, honestly, that became, I don't want to call it an escape, because honestly, I don't think I was running from anything, but it became a place where
not a literal escape.
But an escape from like negativity.
Right.
Where when I went there, I felt really fucking good. Like, it made me feel really positive because there was multiple things happening that make me better overall, right? I was around more positive people who were trying to better themselves, so it felt better, you know what I mean?
So now he put himself in a place where there's a lot of people that, that maybe they were individually dealing with a lot of negative aspects,
stress,
but they were there to influence their lives positively, every single one of them, in one way or another. At least they're there. So strength in numbers. And a lot of times a new hobby, a new activity can put you around that and in that environment. Another thing that I really think taken for granted is practicing gratitude.
Yes.
And genuine gratitude and paying it forward. Being, you know, even the smallest things, saying thank you.
Don't we stress that all the time? And I stress it with you guys too. I always want to say thank you. And every time I say it, I mean it. I am thankful for it in a positive way. I want you to understand that because of you, I felt better.
Right.
And I want to thank you for it.
And what that does is, even if it doesn't pertain to you, this, you know, gratitude, if someone else triumphs, you're going to celebrate it and you're going to celebrate it genuinely. That comes back to you. When you're winning now, you taking it a certain way, and then you have other people that celebrate it too. Not necessarily you're celebrating it yourself. You're not looking to be celebrated, but it's something that now you've created an environment where everybody is genuinely rooting for the other person, or everyone's like, man, this person's always showing me love. I'm going to show this person love. Yeah, so...
Do you feel like it's harder for negative people to do that?
Yes.
And why? Why do you think that?
I think it's because a lot of people, when they see things that aren't happening for themselves, it's harder for you to celebrate it because you want it.
Don't care how, I want it now. Don't care how, I want it now.
She was a bad egg.
Because you're not getting a result.
Yeah, it's selfishness.
When you have that positive mindset, you see somebody else and like, damn, I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them. Because eventually, you know, that's going to come from me. That's going to come to me. Like, I'm going to keep working. I'm going to stay positive, and I'm going to see that light too.
It gives you something to strive for too.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. I realize that I take mass transit and I notice this, the hustle and bustle of the world is that everyone needs to get from A to B. So you don't hold the door for each other. Doing random acts like if you're in a coffee shop, the person behind you is frantic, buy them a coffee. Hold the door. You know, little things like that. Let someone cut you in line. If you're driving, let the person get in front of you. That road rage shit, that can really mess your day up in the morning.
I'm not fighting with anybody on the road. You want to pass me? Go ahead, pass me. Like, what's so complicated, man?
Just go.
Nah, for sure. What do you feel like another way to attack and find positivity? For me, I feel like being able to like read and just gain more knowledge overall. finding positive things that excite me what I'm reading about. And I read a lot, guys. I go on the internet, I'm reading articles all the time, I'm watching interviews all the time. I know we both do that. You read a lot more books than I do.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a stark contrast. Like, he probably reading more articles, things like that. I'm reading more physical books. I'm a little more old school, but there's still the same information being relayed to both of us.
Content.
Yeah. Whether it's an interview that you can really like relate to, anything that's thought-provoking, that changes what's around you, that can help you really build a nice little positive mindset.
For sure, without a doubt. That definitely helped me a lot, building my confidence. Like, just seeing other people be confident and just taking from it.
One thing I don't want you to think is that we want you to completely ignore extreme negative emotions.
No.
There are moments that we want you to face them.
Yeah.
There are moments, you're a human being. We're not robots either, believe it or not.
We deal with shit as well.
Yeah.
The thing is, we don't live in those moments forever.
Right.
We deal with them. We live in those moments. If we're sad, we're sad.
Give yourself that chance rather than suppressing it.
Yeah.
Give yourself that moment. I'm not saying that if you're on the train, go out and bawl out, cry and shit.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Like, you know, but have your moment. Plan your moment.
You were telling me about how it takes like a certain amount of time. Like,
there's a hormone, and I read this in a book, The Power of Now, and it says that there's a study that's been done that it takes 90 seconds for an extreme emotion to surpass. If you give it the 90 seconds, this one woman said that her way of coping with it was she counted 90 seconds. And her friend was like, why are you counting 90 seconds? And she didn't even respond to her until the 90 seconds was over.
Hold on, yo.
A few moments later.
Yeah, and so basically, after the 90 seconds, if you count that out, you realize how you're not mad. You're not mad anymore. So I actually tried that and it worked.
Unknowingly, I do that too. I'm like, damn, why am I tripping? Like,
get a time
out, ref. Nah, for sure, yo.
A big one is to live consciously. If you're gonna eat, savor your food, and I know you have to eat right? But if you're gonna eat, if you're gonna fuel your body, savor it. If you're gonna go out into the world and you focus on the bad things, the bad smells, the loud people with the conversation, start focusing on the conversations that are pleasant. Start focusing on the sounds that are pleasant. Start focusing on the smells that are pleasant. Another way to practice gratitude is to volunteer.
Yeah.
Go out, help someone. Go to a soup kitchen. Learn how to maybe help animals. A lot of times where that feeling that you get from being able to help, that will promote a lot of different type of feelings in the morning for you personally. It'll give you a sense of accomplishment and connection.
Positivity. The fact that you can tell yourself, man, I helped somebody feel better. I helped somebody get better. All of that stuff is a really positive way to live your life, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, the most important, I think, is laughter.
Gotta laugh.
There's healing power in laughter. If you incorporate humor into your daily routine, you know, you realize that maybe those negative moments where you feel like you just want it to be all serious and like stuck in that moment, which we said it's okay, but to dwell in that moment is a bad thing. So reach out to the friend that you know is funny.
That, or just laughing at yourself. Like, why was I tripping? I wasn't even that serious.
Or before you shut yourself off from the world digitally at night, pop that video in that you like, you know, or a comedian that makes you laugh. Laughter is the best medicine, and I believe that tenfold. We believe that when we're recording these episodes.
We laugh at ourselves all the time, guys.
It can program the mind to feel better in certain situations. So this is the perfect moment for us to get into our Talk Down challenge. Our challenge is, we challenge you to erase the negative and embrace the positive. I know it's easier said than done, but trying is often the catalyst to doing and believing in it. Give yourself those human moments, but instead of dwelling on the negative aspects, try to learn from it and react differently after it's all said and done. Look, you're alive. You're breathing. You're able to go out and enjoy this paradox called life. After all, life as defined is a condition. How you choose to live with your condition is what will define that experience.
For sure. So if you guys accept that challenge, drop a comment below or on our Instagram at TalkDown, and what effort you're going to make to try to accept this challenge and all of that good stuff, man. And if anything, if y'all watch this whole episode and y'all like to, drop a comment below, man. We look to embrace everybody's thoughts and we reply to everybody. So, yo, what's that quote of the week again?
We got a quote, huh? So let us rise up and be thankful. For if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So be thankful.
Be thankful. Yo, guys, the episode is over, but
the conversation continues.
So y'all already know. Y'all can shoot us a DM. Or send us an email. Just hit us up on any of our social medias. Everything is in the description below. So don't feel scared to reach out. We are people who embrace conversation and we want to hear y'all out. So before the episode ends, we started a little new segment last episode. We kind of want to show love to people who showed love the previous week and are just joining or been a part of the movement that we trying to start, right? So shout out to my homie Chris, man. Last week he binge watched a couple episodes and he was showing mad love, and I appreciate him for that.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Jimmy, the proud owner of the intro track of this episode. If you are curious, that song will be dropping sometime next month.
Yep.
So look forward to that.
Shout out to
course, the guy who produced the track, Infamy.
Infamy.
Shout out to the homie, man.
Yeah, Infamy. Shout out Infamy. My cousin Jaylene, who's in college and she's in ROTC and doing all these things, and she actually took time to put our link on her Instagram at one point. So shout out to Jaylene.
Yo, yeah, shit too.
Grungy Bogues, who hits me up with feedback. Our brother, he always tells us how, you know, he gives us his feedback. So shout out to Grungy. Romeo.
Yeah, the homie Romeo always showing love. Mad respect to everything you got going as well. And Reina, yo, we always have dope conversations in the messages, and I appreciate all the love you show, so I can't say thank you enough for that.
So shout out to Reina. To Queen B, who is from We Are Jersey magazine. She's a very busy person too, but she takes the time to check in and tell us that we're doing well. So shout to you too.
Yeah, thank you.
And one person that we were kind of debating on whether or not we should shout her out, but I feel like we are going to because I know that she's a supporter and I know she's busy. Zuli,
shout out to you.
This shout out is to you. We debated, the team here at Talk Down deliberated, but we decided
we came down to a last minute vote and we decided to. But guys, look, as always, we appreciate you sticking through this whole episode. If you're still here, hit that like button below, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, guys. We look forward to seeing you next week and every single week. Tell a friend to tell her friend to tell all of her friends to
follow us.
Yes, and we will see you guys next week. Have a great one. Deuces! Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for checking out that last episode.
The previous episodes, and then right there, there's a circular object.
It kind of looks like
with our logo
like
in
a
it.
pizza.
Yeah, it's round.
Click on it and subscribe, guys.
They let it talk down when I'm not around.
We'll see y'all next episode.